All right, dear viewers, you're most welcome once again. I would like to continue from where we ended last time. As I Nick as usual, your teacher, I'm here to take you through what we are supposed to go through today. Yes, last time we looked at manufacture of soapless detergents, and I hope everything moved on well. And I guess people have been practicing. They have tried to put the concepts in their heads. So for today, we also want to look at another manufacturing process. As you know, we've said we shall look at most of them, and as we categorize them under industrial processes. So would like to look at another manufacturing process, and that is none other than manufacture of ethanol. But before, we are saying that if you're a new person on the channel, please subscribe, because you may be able to get the concepts that we shall be uploading. In case you are subscribed, a notification will come that will tell you that maybe there's something that is new that you have to check such that you can benefit. Then you who has been able to watch maybe a video, be able to share with a friend such that you don't watch alone or you don't benefit alone. So let us go to the topic for today. That's manufacture of ethanol. Manufacture of ethanol. Now, when you look at this, the one we are talking about at the moment, manufacture of ethanol. Okay? First of all, during the time of COVID-19, this one was very important because it was being used in the in the making of sanitizers. So it looked to be a disinfectant when it came to the virus. So in that case, it was very important. That's why for today, it may not be so important when it comes to overtaking, but as science and chemistry, how can we realize the importance? How can we appreciate the importance of a certain substance? So in this case, as you know, as it comes in terms of health and so on, it can be used. In this case, that's why we want to proceed with it. In this case, manufacture of ethanol, we shall basically base on two major concepts. In this case, we shall manufacture ethanol from starch, provided you have any starch-containing substance, you can be able to get ethanol. Then secondly, we shall also look at sucrose. Any sucrose containing substance, probably we shall base on molasses or sugar canes in particular, we shall be able to look at them. But for today, we shall concentrate on starch. It's the one that we shall look at. Therefore, let us put here from starch. So we want to look at manufacture of ethanol from starch. But as usual, we say that any manufacturing process, first of all, if you are manufacturing, you need what we call the raw materials. So in this case, which raw materials will you be able to use when you are manufacturing what? When you are manufacturing ethanol by use of starch. Which raw materials? Let us first list the raw materials. Raw materials. Number one. We shall need a starch containing substance. We shall use a starch containing substance. These ones are many, but it depends on the one you can be able to do what? To use it. See this case, there are many, like we can have like bananas. We can have cereals. Yeah, we can be able to use cereals. Cereals, for example, maize. We can have sorghum. We can have millet. Then also we can be able to look at others like cassava that are not cereals. We can be able to look at sweet potatoes. In other words, so long as it is a source of a source of what? Carbohydrates. It becomes a raw materials here when it comes to manufacture of what? of ethanol. Therefore, among all these ones, ripe bananas, maize, sorghum, millet, maybe cassava, sweet potatoes, and so on that we have, among other that we have left out. The one that you are able to use is the one you go for. You only select one. You don't select many. You only select one. For example, starch containing a substance like ripe bananas. You use ripe bananas and explain. Don't give us a list of many things. Of course, you have to tell us from the beginning how, if you give us millet, how are you going to use millet from the beginning? If you give us sorghum, how are you going to use it? Sorghum from the beginning. So in this case, for our particular case, let us see specialize, and we use what? We use ripe bananas. Let us specialize and we use ripe what? Ripe bananas. So we are saying we are specializing and we are using ripe bananas, and we are going to explain how to use ripe bananas from the what? The beginning. First of all, as you have the raw materials, what are the raw materials that you have to take into consideration? Number two, someone may be able to use the substance that contain enzymes like malt. Then three, someone can be able to use yeast and maybe water. We are talking about starch containing substances like ripe bananas. Number two, malt. We are talking about yeast, and also we are talking about what? Water. Now, after knowing the raw materials, how are you going to mix them? We have to know that one when you look at the process of what? Production. So directly, let us go to the process of production. We are looking at the process of production. Now, during the process of production, you have to know which ones do you have. When you look at what we have behind there, we are seeing that we have starchy containing substance. Ripe what? Ripe bananas. So these are the ripe bananas. Are you just going to use them when they're in solid form, or what? We are saying, inside there we have what? We have water, and we also have the ripe bananas. So what shall we do? Someone can, when you have explained to someone generally, in case you have not selected ripe bananas in particular, you can say that maybe a starch containing a substance is heated with what? With hot water. Yes, any starch containing substance is heated with the hot water to extract the starchy solution. Then that one is okay in that case. But since we have specified that we are looking at ripe what? Ripe bananas. Therefore, we can say ripe bananas are squeezed. Ripe bananas, we are saying are squeezed. Where are they squeezed? In hot what? Hot water. They are squeezed in hot water to obtain starch solution, or to obtain banana what? Banana juice. To obtain banana juice. Now the banana juice you are obtaining is the one that is containing what? Starch. Then after, the banana juice is then, or you can say malt is then added. Malt is then added and the mixture heated to a temperature of about 60 degrees Celsius or 60. Okay. Malt is then added. So here malt is then added and the mixture heated at about 60 degrees what? Celsius. So what happens is when you add malt and the mixture is heated to 60 degrees Celsius, malt as a substance contains an enzyme. So when it contains an enzyme, which enzyme does it contain? It contains an enzyme known as diastase. And what's the work of diastase in that case? This is a substance, we have banana juice. Banana juice contains starch. So you have a compound called what? Starch. So after doing this, what is going to take place? Starch. 6, 10, So we may be able to we have very many glucose molecules that are found in what? In starch. That's why we are using what? We are using N in this case, but we are saying that when you hydrolyze this one, the enzyme that is going to help us, in this case, it will act as a catalyst, the one we are calling as diastase. Diastase, we shall go to a substrate that we are going to call maltose. So when you try to balance this one, we shall have balanced it very well. When you look at this one, this is 212, then N, 12 N. So 10 plus this one, that is 22 N, then 11 N, the one we are having. So when you look at that, what is taking place? We are saying when you add, in this case, the substance that is found in banana juice is what we are calling starch. So that starch is hydrolyzed because after all you have what? You have water inside. But after adding malt, it is the enzyme in malt, the one we are calling diastase, that's going to speed up the rate of that chemical what? Reaction. In other words, diastase is going to catalyze the hydrolysis of starch to what? To maltose. So this is starch. And then this is maltose. Then after, this mixture can be allowed to cool. The mixture is allowed to cool, and after, when it is allowed to cool, there is a certain substance that we have under raw materials. It is called what? Yeast. Yeast is added. Now, when the mixture is allowed to cool to about 30 degrees what? Celsius around there. When the mixture is allowed to cool, yeast is added. But yeast contains enzymes such as we can talk about maltase, we can talk about zymase. So at first, maltase does its work. What does it do? It catalyzes. So we have maltose that we have formed. This one undergoes hydrolysis. Then the maltase, the enzyme that is going to catalyze that hydrolysis, form a substance that we are calling what? Glucose. So this is maltase. Sorry, maltose. Maltose, then in glucose. So that's what we have. So maltase catalyzes the hydrolysis of maltose to glucose. Then after that, yeast contains to what? It contains another what? Another enzyme. We shall not say that it contains two enzymes. It contains another what? Another enzyme. Which enzyme? Zymase. What's the work of zymase? Zymase catalyzes the decomposition. That glucose decomposes to ethanol and carbon what? Dioxide gas. So it catalyzes the decomposition of glucose to ethanol and the carbon dioxide gas. Glucose can be decomposed to ethanol and carbon dioxide gas. So probably you can try balance this by putting a 2 here and a 2 there. Balance, we have 10 plus this one, we have 12. So they will be balancing in that case. Now when you look at this one, which enzyme is called zymase. Let us try to explain what we have done. From the beginning, we are saying ripe bananas are squeezed in hot water to obtain banana juice. We repeat, ripe bananas are squeezed in water to obtain banana juice. However, you proceed. Malt is then added and the mixture is heated to a temperature of about 60 degrees Celsius in a boiler. You can specify where you are going to heat from. Then you proceed. What happens when you add malt? Malt contains an enzyme called diastase. Diastase catalyzes the hydrolysis of starch to maltose, as we are showing it there. Then you proceed. the mixture is allowed to cool up to a temperature maybe about 30 degrees what? Celsius, and yeast is added. One of the enzymes in yeast, known as maltase, catalyzes the hydrolysis of glucose to, catalyzes the hydrolysis of maltose to glucose. Then another enzyme in yeast, known as amase, catalyzes the decomposition. Here it is not hydrolysis, but it is decomposition. The decomposition of glucose to ethanol and carbon what? Dioxide. And that one becomes the whole what? The whole process in that case. So you can use the sum and come up with the procedure that you can be, but using the what? The explanation. But also, as we proceed, this is also a manufacturing process that can be able to lead to side effects at the end, and also social benefits. And the social benefits are always clear. This is a manufacturing plan, source of employment opportunities, and is go on to do what? To explain. Still, it is a manufacturing plan, source of government is a revenue, but you explain government is revenue. How? Through the taxes imposed. Then after, what will taxes help? Increases the government's income that can be used in developing the some infrastructures. That is the point. Then if it is the employment opportunities, how will it help? If you are employed, what are you going to get from there? And to who? To the workers, then, and so on and so forth. Those are some of the points that we have to consider. Otherwise, if you have any other question that you have to ask under this manufacture of ethanol from starch, reach our contact 0758 876705 or 0762258869. If you can't use that and you are capable of using an email, dixokasan@gmail.com. It is an email that you can be able to do what? To use and you reach us. Otherwise, for today, let us end here. Let us meet in another session. Probably it will be manufacture of ethanol from sucrose or from what? Molasses. It can be from sugar canes or on. We also see how can we handle that part. I wish you the best.